Hello and welcome back to Fallout 76. Today we are going to have a look at Cold Shoulder. Cold Shoulder is a named double-barrel shotgun. It has quadruple ammo capacity. It does 50% more damage to cryptids. That would be Grafton Monster, Wendigo, Snallygasters. It freezes the target for 4 seconds and it adds cryo damage. Now the cryo damage has a base of 75, but your shotgunner perk cards will add to that, and so will Bloody Mess. Now, just like the regular double-barrel shotgun, the Cold Shoulder can be as low as level 15 and maxes out at level 45. In terms of scrap, it has the same crafting cost as a regular double-barrel shotgun, and it also requires 2 legendary modules. Might as well test it out first by, let's test it on a cryptid. I'd like to see this freezing effect, and it does seem to have a little bit of a stagger. Now, that is not something... I've seen that a few times with this gun where it seems to have a little bit of a knockback, but you can definitely see the movement speed has slowed down a little bit. And of course it does. Other Grafton monsters, if you target the blowholes, they tend to be pretty squishy. But if we try it on something a little tougher, like a Snallygaster, you can see they go down pretty easily with this gun. The double barrel is already a really strong gun. So even without that bonus damage, you're still going to kill them pretty quickly. But the weakness of the double barrel shotgun is the ammo capacity, and this definitely addresses that by being a quad. So how does this do against something that's not a cryptid? Well, let's find out. So far, so good. It's definitely not a sneak weapon. And I do have this modified for critical hits, so that does make... a bit of difference here and there. But for the most part, with double barrel shotgun, you can just spam the button. It fires about as quickly as you can pull the trigger. So a lot of the times I am spec'd for critical hits, but a lot of times I'm just pulling the trigger so fast that I'm not actually using them. But as you can see, even non-cryptids and fairly tough enemies go down pretty quickly. Now, one thing I will say about the cryo damage, now I'm using awareness, and so you can actually see super mutants have pretty high cryo resistance already, and that's true of most of the tougher enemies in the game that just have high resistance in general. So you're not going to get a lot of extra damage. I mean, you will get some, but you're not going to get a ton of extra damage from that cryo just because their resistance is so high. But a double barrel shotgun is just so strong anyway that it doesn't necessarily matter if you're getting that extra damage. I mean, you will get a difference. I have compared this a little bit to a regular double barrel without any legendary effects at all, and it is definitely noticeable. Now, I was a little bit skeptical about the freezing your enemy and the usefulness of it, but I actually did a test your metal earlier, and when the golden eyebot comes out, that thing zigs around and you can't target it in VATS, so it can be kind of a pain in the butt to take down. But when I used this against it, it really did slow it down to the point where it was much easier to hit and much easier to kill. And so I thought we'd have a look at what the freezing damage looks on a bigger target. Or not the freezing effect, not the freezing damage, the freezing effect. So now you can, whoa, okay. But you can actually see his movement is slowed down. But then when it wears off, he comes charging back with a vengeance, but you can keep freezing him over and over again, so he still moves pretty well. But when it's time to end the fight, he's frozen, he's not hitting me, and he goes down fairly easily. So overall, I actually really like this gun. I wasn't sure what to think, and I was kind of skeptical of some of the effects, but yeah, it's actually really good. Even if you're not fighting cryptids, if you're fighting anything else in the wasteland, I really like it. Plus it's a shotgun, and double barrel shotguns are just really cool. If you enjoyed this video, please hit one of the buttons down below, and I hope you'll join me in the next one. Thank you very much.